On a number of occasions since I've been here at Cabrini, I've been stopped just in front of the church by somebody walking by who has a question about us. Sometimes it's just real generic. One time it was a guy who really wanted to argue with me, and he kept arguing for several days every time he saw me out there to let me know that what I was talking about was wrong. But one guy that kind of unsettled me, so he was walking by and he said, so what's this place all about? And I thought, okay, this is my chance to evangelize. And I started talking about Jesus and launching into all of that, and then he just said, oh, never mind. And he went on down the street. And I thought, darn, I have my couple minutes. I need to work on my, what they call the elevator speech, and have it better so that I can, because certainly it's supposed to be good news, and good news doesn't get, oh, never mind, walk on. Like, today in the gospel, Jesus is kind of like the guy on the street. So, hey, guys, what do you think? What do you think about me? Though he gives them a softball kind of easy pitch question to begin with. What do other people, who do they say that I am? So that's like, oh, this is easy. Somebody said you're John the Baptist. Somebody says you're Elijah. Somebody says you're one of the prophets. But then he asked the hard question. So, about you? Oh, who do you say that I am? What do you think I'm all about? I wonder how long they were quiet. The gospel that never says that. They looked around for 10 minutes going, hope somebody answers this question. I think it's important in this little interchange to realize where they're at and what the place looks like. Because unless you've been to Caesarea Philippi, you may not understand just exactly what happened there. Caesarea Philippi is present-day Banias in northern Israel. It's a national park. It's at the base of Mount Hermon. At the top of Mount Hermon is skiing. So Mount Hermon's a tall mountain. So Mount Hermon looks like Colorado. And at the base of that mountain is Caesarea Philippi. It's a cliff that's over 100 feet high and 500 feet long. And on the left side of that cliff is a cave that goes deep into the cliff. And out of that cave runs a river. It is one of the 7 origins of the River Jordan. If you go there today, it's a lovely place. This beautiful water is flowing out of there. There's trees everywhere. It's a great place to just put your feet into the river or to have a picnic with your family or friends. In Jesus' day, what the Romans had done is they had built a temple to the god Pan on the front of that cave, so that it looked like out of this temple was pouring forth this water. Now, you might recall the god Pan. He's the one with the legs of the animal and the top of the man. He was known for being the god of nature, the god of springtime, the god of sexuality, the god of fertility. He's often shown playing his flute and seducing women. People liked going to that temple because a lot of wild things took place inside. So it was this great place to go and be. But the Jews referred to it as the gate of the netherworld. So that's how they referred to that temple, because you went into the cave and there did things that were not okay. A big, big rock with a temple attached to the front of it, with water pouring out of it. That's what you have to imagine when Jesus is sitting there with his disciples, asking them this question: what am I all about? Who do people say that I am? Who do you say that I am? And then Peter comes up with this answer: you are the Christ, the Son of God. Jesus gives him a prize. He says, blessed are you. Way to go, Simon. And then changes his name. He looks at this great big rock that's sitting right behind Peter and says, you, Simon, because you've been able to give the right answer, because God has connected with you, you're the rock. You little odd Simon, you're the rock upon which I'm going to build my church. There's a big church right behind him, the temple to Pan, on another big rock. But Jesus says he wants this one, this rock, Peter. I'm going to build it on you. And the gates of the netherworld, right behind us, Temple of Pan, the gates of the netherworld will never prevail against it, against you. Now, I don't know about you, but for me, I'm really happy that Jesus chose Peter. Because he's so much like us. You know all the stories. We just had it a couple weeks ago where he sank in the water as he was walking toward Jesus. You know he betrayed him. You know that Peter is quick to speak, makes a lot of mistakes. But I like that. If somebody's going to have the keys to the kingdom of heaven, I want it to be Peter. Because when I get there, I know that he's going to let me in. Because we know all the stories about him. If Peter says, no, you didn't have enough faith, you just do cockle-doodle-doo. Remember that one, Peter? When you betrayed Jesus? Come on. Let me in. He's got the keys to the kingdom of heaven. Peter does. Someone just like you and me. And someone who had the right answer for Jesus. And so maybe Peter can be an example for you and me today on how to come up with the right answer when somebody says to you, hey, you go to Cabrini, what's that all about in there? What happens there? Why do you go there? Why does it matter to you? And maybe like Peter, you'll give the right answer. And who knows, maybe somebody will walk in the doors and have an encounter with Christ because you gave that answer.